Okay, so today's video is another problem statement. In our last discussion, we discussed implementing hash map in JavaScript. So I want to work on one problem statement that is that we can use it basically. So I find valid parenthesis is one of the valid problem statement that we can start with. So here we have given an input that is a kind of a bracket, and it has an opening and a closing style. So for this kind of input as a string, we are expecting an boolean output as true or false if the bracket is properly open and properly closed. So we can have dynamic brackets in this valid parenthesis problem statement. So we have to check that all the brackets that are open are properly closed. So let's see this. So I will be using the LeetCode platform, and I will be using the LeetCode editor and to validate for different kinds of input. Let's get started to implementing the solution. So as you can see that we are on the LeetCode platform. We have a problem statement on the left, and on the right we have our code editor. Okay, so I will be writing the solution for this function is valid. So we will be having an input string as s as in parameter, and we have to return a boolean as true and false for this particular input. So if we talk about the test cases, so here the first test case is this kind of bracket. Second one is like this. So there is multiple opening and closing bracket, and the third one is like this. So it's not a valid one. So hopefully we will receive a false test scenario here. So we will start with the code. So we already have a initial template by the LeetCode team, and that's great. Uh, so in this problem statement, we need to implement stack basically to keep the track of opening brackets. So first of all, I will define the stack uh, variable, and I will also define a loop basically that will go through that input string. So I'll define it like this. We'll use for character in for character of sorry for character of as. What is as is our input string. Okay. Okay, so this is something we are thinking for the problem statement. Like we have to go through this entire string to understand where is the bracket is opening, where is the bracket is getting closed. Also, we need to return something, so we'll write a return statement. So like we need to return either like true or false. If the particular string with different bracket expression is valid, then true. If it is not valid, then false. So the idea behind using stack is that once we have a like opening bracket, we have to figure out is there a closing bracket or not. So mostly whatever we will return as a final output for this function is that finally that stack should be empty. So we will say that stack dot length, it should be 0. So this will either, if it is 0 then it is obviously true, if it is not 0 then it is obviously false. So this is something like ending condition for this particular problem statement. Also, we might need to set up uh, a map function, hash map. I think we have already created in introductory video uh, of hash map in JavaScript. Maybe you can check it out. So here, the use case is that I want to identify closing and opening a bracket for different cases. So based on this problem statement, we have a curve bracket, square bracket, and curly bracket case. So I will generate a hash map pair. So I will say that okay. So I'll say mostly I can do like this also, like we have did in the video, is that my uh, bracket map. Okay, so this will be map object. Okay, my bracket. Let me copy this. I don't type it. Dot set. Okay, so we can set uh, for closing bracket is specifically here. So this uh, if this is the closing bracket, this will be the opening bracket for this kind of pattern. Okay, so next we have another sample input that is shown in the problem statement. So we have three kinds of bracket, especially here. So this will be closing bracket and this will be the opening bracket. Another bracket example is this will be the closing bracket and this will be the opening bracket. Okay, so this will loop through s string, input string. Okay, s, and so now we can write our first condition. So basically is whenever we have an opening bracket, we need to push uh, that to the our stack. Okay, so we'll write our condition. So there is a condition block, and so either condition is meet or condition is not meet. So so I will say that here, as we have access to particular character of that string, so maybe the first character, let's start on there itself. So I will say if the character uh, is a opening bracket of this kind of pattern, then I need to push this to the stack. Okay, so I need to push this character to the stack. Okay, so in this example problem, we have multiple bracket as we have defined in my bracket map. So we have to uh, take other cases also into consideration. So I'll just copy this. So I'll put a or condition, one more or condition. So I'll just replace with different brackets, opening brackets. And so now we have a check that is in place. Whenever we have an opening bracket, we are just pushing that to our stack. Okay, so as we progress to the input string, if stack, we need to check basically uh, like we have mentioned at the bottom, that if we are reaching the length of stack as 0, we need to stop our uh, check or process. So like we have to put this condition in else block of our initial condition. So we will say that we just copy this particular thing. We'll put it in this condition. Okay, so we have to return as false. Okay, why false? Uh, because we are looking for things like matching pair is not happening. So opening bracket is not matching with the closing bracket. Okay, this is one of the condition when stack is empty. Next condition, that or condition is that uh, whatever character is there on the top of the stack. Okay, on the top of the stack. I hope you understand the stack data structure. So we will have a condition like we have our stack, and if our stack is not matching, uh, so whatever is at the top of the stack, stack dot length, we can check what is at the top, and we can say -1. It will just get the top element. It will just subtract -1 from the length of the stack. Like this, we can get a top element, and we need to check from our match my bracket map that we have created. So we'll copy this also, and we'll put it here. We will check if that particular bracket, whatever character we are at right now, this character that we are progressing in this particular string. So this character, okay. So this closing bracket should not match with our map brackets. Okay. So then we have to return it false condition. So we have to end. Otherwise, if it is a match, then we just what we can do like it's a stack pattern. So in else condition, we need to start popping them out from the stack. Okay. So to pop an element from the stack is just like removing it from the stack. We have a built-in pop function. Okay, so we can use directly that. So so most of our implementation is ready right now. So whenever we have opening bracket, we are sending it to the stack, and whenever there is a mismatch in opening and closing bracket, we are just popping it out. So ideally, like we will pop all the mismatch element, and we will left with empty stack. That means like all the parentheses in the stack data structure that we have passed on are valid parentheses, so that we can say that the final output, whether it's a match, it's a valid parenthesis or not, as true or false. So let's run the code. Okay, so we are getting some issue over here. Let's check. So our output is coming as false, and it should be true. So let's see like what is wrong, and we'll fix the code there. Okay, so after looking at this code, like I did a silly mistake. I was directly trying to access the map object over here. Instead of this, we need to use this get built-in function, and then we need to access the character. Okay, so let's save this and now run it. So now our test cases are passing perfectly fine. Uh, so so we have these checks. So it's returning perfectly fine. So this is not a match. It's a proper match. So true, true, and it's proper match. So we can also submit this for uh, for all the test cases. So we can see that it's getting passing for all the other solutions. That's great. I hope you like this video, and let's see you guys in the next topics. Okay then.